the Maverick song From Hell to Paradise today. You may have seen some of my recent posts. I post about it on Instagram and on my blog. But very sadly, although not unexpectedly, Raul Malo, the lead singer of the Mavericks, passed away Monday night. And it's sort of ironic because on Monday night I was writing a post on my blog about him and his health condition and the benefit or tribute concerts they'd done for him, the Mavericks had done for him at the Ryman Auditorium in Nashville last Friday and Saturday. My guitar strap is about to come off my guitar here. The screw is coming loose. Anyway, as I was writing that post, he was apparently in his, sadly in his final moments. And we found out Monday morning that he had passed away around 9 p.m. Eastern time. Well, I guess it would probably be 8 p.m. Central time because they're in Nashville. Anyway, but he passed away, which of course is very sad news. I've talked and written a lot about how important the Mavericks were to us and how much we loved their music and loved seeing them live, and the connection between their music and my brother Tom, who passed away in 2009. He was a guitar player who was a big fan of the Mavericks and got me into it, and then I got Jennifer into their music way back in the mid-90s, a good 30 years ago. It's an incredibly sad thing that he died. The guy was a generational talent. He had an amazing singing voice, was a fantastic guitar player, fantastic singer, fantastic songwriter. The band was one of the most enjoyable bands you could ever see live in concert. I'm going to set this down before I drop it. But I wanted to share something else because it says a lot about his character and the character of the band. And what I wanted to share is a t-shirt, strangely enough. This is a t-shirt that they made during the band's they initially made during the band's 30th reunion tour back in, I think it started in 2019. Jennifer and I saw them play at an outdoor venue in Aurora, Illinois by the Fox River with Los Lobos. Los Lobos were celebrating their 35th year in the business, and the Mavericks were celebrating their 30th year in the business. So it was a fantastic night, two of the most amazing bands you could ever imagine. But I bought this t-shirt sometime later, not at the show, but I bought it sometime later. This is kind of the logo that they've used for a very long time. You can see it says the Mavericks across the top of this sugar skull look, which kind of emphasizes their Latin roots. And there are different instruments that comprise, the face of the sugar skull. But what I wanted to mention specifically about this t-shirt and this t-shirt design is, notice the sort of rainbow pattern around the sides of the logo. This was a conscious choice that the band made. They began their 30th anniversary tour in June of 2019, and they recognized that it was Pride Month. And they also, I think, recognized that June of 2019 represented the 30th anniversary of the Stonewall Uprising in New York City, which essentially led to the modern Pride movement. So they created this design. And there was one similar to this with a letter number 3 next to the skull for 30, but it also had this rainbow pattern on the outside. They created this both to acknowledge Pride Month and acknowledge the Stonewall Uprising and the significant anniversary, but also, to be inclusive of their fan base and to make it clear that everyone was welcome at their shows, that they made music for everyone, not just for themselves. And I think that's really important. I mean, it's especially important today, given all the things that are going on in the world. But, it's something that they didn't have to do. It's something they chose to do because they want to be welcoming and open to people. But they did it just because it was a nice, kind gesture. And they wanted to be inclusive. So I think that just says a lot about the band and who they were. I think it says a lot about Raul Malo in particular, who's always been sort of the band leader and the one who, kind of guided the direction of the band and made most of the decisions for the band. So I just wanted to share that with you because I think that's something in all of the amazing tributes that I'm seeing online and everything like that. I think that may be something that kind of gets overlooked simply because it was 5 or 6 years ago. It's not necessarily directly relevant to a lot of the things that have happened in the band's recent experience, but obviously it was important to them. And I certainly found it to be a pretty uplifting and positive thing. And that's who they were. They were uplifting, positive people. The other band members obviously still are, but Raul himself was. So I didn't want to let that go unnoticed in the sad news of his passing. He was a wonderful person, supportive of everybody, embraced everybody, and his loss is immeasurable. It's such a huge loss for the music business, and for American culture, and not just for country music or even just for Latin music, but for all music of all kinds. So very sad news that Raul passed away, but I thought that was worth sharing. Happy Friday, everybody.